Hello YouTube, this is Pinchio8 here with some very important and exciting news for my Jacksonville Airport. And that is, I've just come across the news that Silver Airways is now returning here to Jacksonville, Florida this December. I just came across the announcement from the Jacksonville Aviation Authority over Facebook that Silver Airways flights to Tampa and Fort Lauderdale will be officially commencing operations at any time this December, and I'm very excited. And as you can see right in front of us here is my 1:400 scale Silver Airways Saab 340. I believe this aircraft will be retired from Silver Airways service in the near future, right now still being currently replaced with those ATR-42s, and I still have yet to get my Silver Airways ATR-42. And I've come to think of it, this is a very rare 1:400 scale GeminiJets release, and I'm glad I was able to get it. I don't know how long ago I did, but I'm still very glad I have it. And this will be a triumphant return for Silver Airways, because they have flown out of here in Jacksonville before, except that first they were only limited to destinations like Tampa, as well as seasonal routes to some places in the Bahamas, like Marsh Harbor, I believe. But as of now, I believe the new routes with Silver Airways' return to JAX with service to both Tampa, as they've done before, and Fort Lauderdale are very perfect, because Tampa and Fort Lauderdale are very major hubs for Silver Airways. I think Orlando too, although Silver Airways is mainly headquartered in Fort Lauderdale, I believe. And I remember they came along since the merger of the Continental and United, when there was such thing as Continental Connection operated by Gulfstream Airways. They would fly these little tiny Beech 1900Ds. And then by then it became United Express, operated by Silver Airways on a Beech 1900D, but those are now long retired. And you could see Silver Airways started flying with their very own branded of Saab 340Bs, although these will be retiring soon. And I heard that the ATRs, I've seen many pictures of them in scale model form as well as reality. They look very excellent. Now that I've gotten word that Silver is coming back here to Jacksonville, the timing feels just right for me to eventually get my own Silver Airways Saab ATR-42 to add to the Silver Airways collection before the Saabs fully retire. And so, this aircraft is really not that new. I've had it here before, but ever since Silver Airways left Jacksonville and all, eventually I just decided to put it away in storage, just in case, if I waited a few more years, there would have been a chance of Silver Airways returning here to Jacksonville, and, well, sure enough, it's happening. So, I can't wait till that happens. They'll probably be flying to Tampa and Fort Lauderdale on a combination of the Saabs as well as the ATRs. So, this is going to be our very first look at this aircraft. I'll never forget it. When it does retire, I'll always hold on to this model for as much as I can. As of now, this 1:400 scale model is becoming a really rare find, because the only easiest scale to find now with GeminiJets is 1:200 scale, in which GeminiJets does have the 1:200 scale Silver ATR-42 as well as 1/400th. So, I gotta get that Silver ATR someday when the timing feels really right. Right now, I'm still working on getting most of the United airplanes I need in the old livery, so eventually I'll get to it. Just gotta take my time with that, as all. So, let's take a look at the box here. This is my first time showing this on camera. So as you would have known, this is a very small airplane. You could either board this plane through a jetway or through some air stairs. Of course, my advice because I've seen a video on a walk around through the interior of a Silver Saab 340, and apparently there are no bathrooms on this plane. So Make sure not to have too much to drink if you're on rather a relatively long or short flight, because there are no bathrooms on this plane at all. So as we're looking at the picture of the plane on the box, registration number November 344 Alpha Golf, which means this plane may have belonged to another airline since before entering service with Silver. And according to the back over here, it says this was manufactured in 2015, so no wonder this is a very rare find. Glad to have it very, very much, because this plane will pretty soon no longer be flying. And so here's the actual aircraft model sitting inside, so we're going to get ready to pull it out now. GeminiJets always sizes down the boxes for like the little tiny turboprops as well as the little regional jets. Alright, and so here she is in all of her glory out of the box. So let's zoom in for a closer look. So yeah, this is a very, very nice aircraft. I'm glad I held on to it, even though there was a time that Silver Airways did stop operations out of here in Jacksonville. It's still a very, very nice model to have. I remember some of the major airlines like U.S. Airways Express, which became American Eagle, as well as Continental, which became United, and eventually Northwest, which became Delta, and eventually they retired all their ATRs from service. I believe they're also partnered up with a Caribbean airline out there called Seabourn Airlines, and I don't know yet if GeminiJets has plans to do a Seabourn Saab 340 yet, but they do have some small focus citying over in San Juan as well. But I don't think they ever will send these Saab 340s to St. Martin or their ATRs. I wish they would. Other than that, it is still a nice plane to have. Yes, as all GeminiJets turboprops have the propellers, they do spin. Both of them, actually. Because what's a turboprop without spinning propellers? You got moving landing gear in the back. Nose one is still fixed in place. And so here's the underbody and the tail number. So yeah, very gorgeous little tiny aircraft to have. So if you have this at one of your scale model airports, gotta handle this with absolute care. I just didn't know if this antenna thing I saw in the back was, well, really 3D or if it was just a painting of it. Yeah, it's 3D. You can see that these little aircrafts are also equipped with an emergency exit hatch for the pilots. And then here's your L1 entering door that says Silver on the side like that. And then here's where your cargo is loaded. So there are practically, from the looks of it, I think 4 exits on the aircraft, because there's one over there and then the other on the over the wing, so it's just a 4-exited turboprop. They always know by requirement of the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, how to always know how to acquire emergency exits on airliners. This little propeller seems to sometimes be really refusing to spin, but this one's, as I'm seeing, is relatively loose, so we gotta be very careful with these. So yeah, this is a very beautiful tiny model to have. You gotta handle these with care. Now here's something I didn't notice now that I've got the model out, is that the rings on the tail also come out over here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You got your painted and rotating beacon light on the top of the tail. I'm guessing that's how the Saabs would have it. Another look here at the underbelly detail. So yeah, it's a beautiful airplane. Can't wait to use it, and I'm definitely hoping that with Silver Airways returning that they do park at gate C5, which has been vacant ever since Air Canada left. I'm starting to predict that that's probably where they're most likely going to go. They used to leave out of gate A1 on Concourse A. They used to also share with Frontier Airlines when Frontier first moved here. But now Frontier has gate A1 all to themselves, so I predict they might just go to gate C5 since no airline has been present ever since Air Canada Express left. Alright, well, guess that'll do it. Details of this plane still really stand out. Can't wait to add the ATR-42 to my collection with Silver Airways before this little Saab 340 with no bathrooms is retired. So, once again, if you are flying this aircraft, at least for a short distance, try not to have too much to drink, because there are once again no bathrooms on this plane, as a disclaimer. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look at this aircraft. I like it very much. I can't wait to use it on my Jacksonville Airport update again. So, there you guys have it. I hope you enjoy it. Until next time, this is Cameron at Pinch08, getting ready to sign and pinch out. In the words of Jet Brooks, between now and the next time, see you in the sky. Welcome back to Jacksonville, Silver Airways.